back, guys. Today, what we're going to talk about today is nucleic acids, all right? Nucleic acids, all right? Make sure that you understand that our goal today is to understand what nucleic acids are, okay? Now, nucleic acids are huge molecules, okay? So we're going to call them macro molecules. All right, so you need to remember that they're very huge, big molecules. Macro means big, okay? Now, there's two types, all right? So we got to remember that. There's two types of nucleic acids. Type number one is called DNA. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. The second type is called RNA, ribonucleic acids, okay? Both of these are nucleic acids, okay? Very huge molecules. Now, why are those molecules so huge? Because they are both made up of very small molecules called nucleotides. Now, this molecule here looks like has two strands, okay? So there's one, and here's another. Okay, and the two strands are held together by hydrogen bonds between the nitrogenous bases. Okay, so DNA looks like this. Because it looks like a twisted ladder, it's called also a double helical structure. It has a double helix. Okay, just basically two sides twisted. Okay, now RNA, on the other hand, is a single-stranded molecule. Okay, RNA is a single-stranded molecule, and both of these molecules, like I said, are made out of these things called nucleotides. Now, let's talk about a nucleotide. Okay, in class, we've already talked in detail about the structure of a nucleotide. Okay, but I want to make sure we review it. Okay, a nucleotide is this tiny little molecule that is made up of three parts. Okay, first part, the phosphate group. All right. The second part is a nitrogenous base. And the third part is a 5-carbon sugar. So, both of these molecules, both DNA and RNA, are made out of these building blocks. Okay? The only difference is that this one is made up of 2 chains. This one is only 1 chain. So if you come over here, I can show you the difference. Okay, so here we have 1 chain. So this would be RNA here. Okay? It has 1 strand. Okay? Notice this is the phosphate group here. Sugar, nitrogenous base. Phosphate, sugar, nitrogenous base. And as if you continue on, okay, you can notice that this is 1 strand. Here in the middle, we have DNA. Okay, we're using different models to illustrate this, but as you can see, okay, DNA has 2 sides, 1 side, 2 sides, and it is made up of the nucleotide. Okay? Same thing over here. This is a different model, obviously, that we're using, but okay, these are both nucleotides. Now, what makes these nucleotides different? There are some differences, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about those. All right, RNA is going to use adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil as their nitrogenous bases. DNA will have adenine, guanine, cytosine, or thymine in their nitrogenous bases. Okay? So, because these molecules are so related, they're both made out of these things called nucleotides, but their structures are slightly different. That's why they're called nucleic acids. All right? So hopefully this helps. Okay, have fun learning and see you in class. All right, guys, so now, Okay, I know we went through a lot on the previous board, but I just want to summarize, okay, the differences. Okay, so we're using a Venn diagram to kind of summarize these differences. All right, DNA, RNA. Okay, what do they? How are they different? How are they the same? Okay, number one, remember, DNA is two-stranded, so two strands. RNA, one strand. Okay, very important. All right. Number two, okay, DNA uses the nitrogenous base thymine in its nucleotides. RNA uses the nitrogenous base uracil. Very important. Okay. Next thing is that this DNA and RNA, in terms of similarities, they're both made out of these things here. Okay, what we call nucleotides. Okay, and remember, nucleotides are these small little molecules that kind of come together, okay, to form the molecule. So if you were ever to think of DNA, okay, think of a pearl necklace. So DNA would be two necklaces of pearls twisted around each other, and RNA would be just one necklace of pearls. And each pearl would be a nucleotide. All right? One big thing that we've talked about, protein synthesis. Remember, DNA, you're going to find it in the nucleus, so it's located in the nucleus. Okay, and RNA is actually synthesized in the nucleus, so it's made in the nucleus, but it also is found in the cytoplasm. Because remember, this RNA is it's a copy of DNA. All right, and as we talked about, there's different types of RNA. Okay, a couple things that you guys remember is there's mRNA, there's tRNA, and there's rRNA. Okay, all of which are just single strands of nucleotides with a nitrogenous base uracil. Okay, but DNA, remember, there's only one DNA in every single, one huge type of DNA molecule, or actually in humans, there's 46 DNA molecules in all your cells, but you're born with all the DNA that you're ever going to need, whereas RNA is always being made throughout the cell and throughout your lifetime. Okay, so hopefully this helps in terms of differences. Remember, DNA, RNA, both nucleotides, okay, made out of DNA, RNA, both are nucleic acids, made out of nucleotides. This one's two-stranded, one-stranded, nitrogenous base, okay, contains thymine. This one contains uracil. These guys, in terms of having things in common, they both contain adenine, guanine, and cytosine. All right, so hopefully this helps, and see you in class. All right, guys, and one big thing that we really haven't talked about in class, and I want to make sure you understand, is this concept of cytoplasm. Just want to review that with you. Remember, we are talking about nucleic acids. DNA is found in the nucleus. Okay, so this is where you're going to find DNA, in the nucleus of the cell, protected, super important, has all our master plans to make all our proteins, so it needs to be protected. Whereas RNA is made in the nucleus, okay, through a process called transcription, but it actually goes out into the cytoplasm. What is the cytoplasm? The cytoplasm is all of this. It's basically everything outside the nucleus, okay? So you're gonna find RNA everywhere, everywhere outside the cell, okay? Because all these little pieces of RNA, okay, are looking or are sent out to find these little guys, okay? The ribosomes. And when a ribosome gets a hold of this RNA molecule, it grabs it, it reads it, okay, and it makes proteins according to the instructions that it holds. So hopefully that helps, okay? Once the RNA is done and it's been used, it just gets recycled and the nucleotides make their way back to the nucleus, okay? But hopefully this helps, okay? And see you next time.